Hold on a second.
Let me refresh. Okay, we're live.
Awesome. I'm going over to YouTube. I'm pulling up comments. Hey, look at our handsome faces. All right, nice. Awesome. So who's in here? Barden's in here, I see.
Here's Strickland.
Going at him.
Strickland.
I think Strickland's whole mission in life is just to type first, no matter what he's doing.
Type first and out. And there's Andy.
All right.
So we have 6.
We have 6 already.
Yeah.
Man, it's the star power, baby.
I think so.
It's
You
the
bring,
star
you bring the
power.
Ruddy on here, and it just goes crazy.
Oh, I know about all
Don't sell
that.
yourself short over there. All right, guys. If you do not know that in our Brady Bunch configuration here, if you do not know the 2 gentlemen on the bottom half of the screen, where Cindy and Bobby would be, then you just need to get more active in this community. I'll do introductions, though they don't need them, because they both have a huge body of work out there. Now, below me, of course, is Tyson from Faith. More active in this community. I'll do introductions, though they don't need them, because they both have a huge body of work out there. Now, below me, of course, is Tyson from Faith. More active in this community.
My bad.
Okay, what do I?
It's always me, man. It's always me.
I was like, I'm on mute.
I'm gonna just look on my phone for the YouTube.
Interesting trivia note: Tyson, Mo, Rob Acker, and I all started within about a week of each other in January. So we've all been doing this. Well, Rob, of course, quit doing reviews, and my reviews have slowed way down. But Mo and Tyson keep doing their thing. So I want to thank Tyson for coming on. And, of course, the man below Johnny Grooms, the one, the only, the Ruddy man, Jimmy Atkins.
What's going on, everybody?
I don't know if it's the lighting or not, but man, Jimmy's beard looks full and thick.
Oh, it's looking awesome.
Well, it's better than the lighting in my car because that just makes my beard look like it does like this hourglass shape, and looks like I've just been kind of keeping it in a scrunchie or something weird like that. So
I will say, Tyson, unlike 99% of this community, you and I have had the pleasure of actually seeing that beard live this year.
Yeah, it looks different in person, too. I think it looks bigger in person.
not many see the beard and live to tell the tale.
Oh, there's my cat.
All right, guys. So we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna do our usual thing, and then we've got some specialness because we have some special guests. We've got some specialness in the second half-ish of the show. So let's start with, guys. What do we got in beard today, Tyson?
I have Husky beard. I'm reviewing Husky this week, so I got Husky in. It's a good whiskey scent that I got in today.
Nice. I've seen a lot of them. I want to get them. I've been seeing a lot of good pub on them.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. So I'm pretty pumped to get the review out and to try more products. You know, they're launching a wash and co-wash. I believe on Friday it comes out, but they'll be on Command's Corner on Monday. So I'm excited to see what else they're going to do. They got some nice butters or cream, beard cream they call it.
Yeah,
which is pretty good stuff too. So
awesome. Jimmy, what are you rocking today?
I started out my morning with Uncle Donnie's Morning Joe, actually. I was just feeling it, man. I just love that stuff. And there's so many, like yesterday and the day before that even, I ran with Honest Ape Sherlock just because I was feeling very sleuthy. So, and, yeah.
Trivia note, when Jimmy and I met, we hugged each other in the parking lot and I was like, damn, your beard smells good, dude. And you were wearing Uncle Donnie's that day too.
Yep.
Johnny Grooms, what do you got today, my man?
Using W&B's Gentleman's Choice, doing a little OG series. Trying to use the oldest oils of each company and doing reviews, like revival reviews. Just so people know where companies started. Because a lot of people jump for the newer scents.
Yeah.
I want to showcase the older OG scents. So
Oh man,
That's what I'm doing.
great. That's a great idea.
And yes, I've been using this every night for a couple of days now, and I love this one. It smells so good.
Yeah. Tyson, you haven't done premium yet, have you?
Nope, they're on the list. I have a package from him. I bought some stuff from him. He put out something saying like he needed like his map of states he needed, and South Dakota wasn't on there. So I was like, well, I'm gonna get him South Dakota on the map, and I bought some stuff, and I have it sitting in a box over there. Just haven't got to it yet.
Awesome. I imagine in this community, you're like the South Dakota guy for those map companies.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like anybody needs a South Dakota. It's like, oh, let's call
The only South Dakota guy.
I've even offered to buy if there's no like a lot of people need North Dakota, so I've even offered like, hey, if anybody's in North Dakota, I'll buy you their product because I want to get North Dakota on the map too. It's so sparse out here.
Get a PO box right over the border, so you can technically be in North Dakota as well.
Yeah. Yeah, just like drive up, stay a week. Let me ship you something. Let it stay knocked out. So,
well, I do have family in North Dakota, so we could always arrange that.
Yeah,
ship it to their house. But with my line of work, I got store addresses all over the place. So there's an idea. Ship it to one of my stores.
There you go. There you go. I because the beard is still a little short. I'm finding that I put something on in the morning, and then by night I put another thing on. So I actually did some WB this morning. I did Old School, which is an older scent, Johnny, but it was the last one of theirs I purchased. And then, of course, I decided to go with some, for Ruddy being on here, we've got some Southern Gent Summer Butter.
You know how to make a guy feel special, man.
I don't have any Ruddy Man products. I got to get some.
We're going to have to make that right.
Yeah, I have to get it.
Tyson, what would you recommend? Give me 2 cents of Ruddy's catalog that you would recommend for Johnny.
Baumhaus and Southern Gent would be probably the top two I'd go with. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of them. You gotta experience Baumhaus. It's just it's one of those things. If you're gonna do Ruddy Man, you have to do Baumhaus. It's like a thing. You just have to.
That's where the name come from, man.
I mean, that's where Tingle came from. The whole idea came from Baumhaus. And then Southern Gent is just an amazing peach smell. I mean, the word peach doesn't even do it justice. It is like grilled peaches, and it lasts for a while, most of the day. It's awesome.
Yeah. I agree totally.
Go ahead, Ruddy. No,
I was just saying I agree completely with what you're saying.
Baumhaus it is. All right.
Now, Baumhaus, totally. I told Jimmy when I reviewed Ruddy, I don't wear apple in my beard, and then I got a hold of Baumhaus, and it changed my mind. And since then, I've purchased 3 scents, Baumhaus, and then 2 other scents that are apple predominant, including the Bearded Fox when I just did the unboxing of. So I really appreciate Jimmy opening that world up to me because, I'll always try something I don't think I'll like at least once just to be sure. And it's like a hot apple cider, Johnny. That to me, it's like a hot apple cider scent. Yeah. I would also recommend, I'm torn on the two. I love Southern Gent as well, but I'm going to go a little older school, godly, but you got to like frankincense. Mm-hmm. Or, and this is one I didn't think I'd like, and Ruddy gave me a sampler of the butter, Dapper Fox. I'm not a big peppermint guy. I'm not a big peppermint guy, but it's not overpowering. It's not punch you in the face peppermint. It's nice and refreshing, and it's a wonderful, because of its strength, it's a wonderful bedtime scent. It was for me with his butter.
Well, dude, it's funny you should say that because we have the brand new balms like with the labels on. I just poured these today, and I'm just showcasing some of my wife's art. She's fantastic. And super smoking hot too. So I'll throw that in there.
Well, that is awesome.
Always. Where on the? I'm on the website now trying to find those scents you were saying. Are they sold out or are they listed?
What I've got going this really, really ridiculous sale right now where I'm trying to get rid of old labeled bottles and tins.
Antique.
So, okay. Yeah, we're calling it retro label summer blowout.
Gotcha.
So you can get like a trio of oil, balm, and butter for like $15. It's really stupid. But I'm just trying to wipe the slate clean because I have some trade shows coming up where I want to try some of this new artwork out and make it look cohesive. So to answer your question, the reason that you're not finding some of the other stuff is because the other stuff was the original price, but the same product. And I didn't want people getting confused. So just, go check out the summer blowout tab. You'll probably find most of what you like there. And,
And while you're there, sign up for the Ruddy Reveal. It's only $10 and you get a mystery scent every month and you get to play a game with it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, now I'm marketing. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I'll take it.
If you sign up for the Ruddy Reveal, you get a free a free prize pie. So you can sign up for that. And you get free oil.
Actual pie, like you can eat this pie.
It's kind of like Boston Mike's brown sugar, from what I understand. You want it smells like you can eat it. Now, I've got a little Ruddy Reveal story. So I was on the first month, which was just a horrible smelling scent, and I'll say that to Jimmy's face.
It was, man.
Unboxing. And then I stepped away for a while, and now I'm back in with this next month, and I'm very excited. But I saw the prize pie. I'm like, damn, I would like that. And was the slushy a Ruddy Reveal also, Jimmy?
No, that was just a special edition. I was trying to slide something in there last second for the summer. So.
Oh, okay.
You got to get off, cat. You got to get off. Get.
If you like cherry limeades from Sonic, it smells exactly like those.
I love cherry lime. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I still have some of those Trios left. Half of all those proceeds go to help out Dave from Luxurious's sister for the Place for Grace.
Okay.
So,
Right.
All right, so
That is a big cat.
yeah, she's a pain in the ass. Sometimes she'll start to fall and then like dig her claw into my shoulder. So if I scream, you don't see why. That's why. But now she's going upstairs, so we're good.
So let's talk about any beard news for the week. Tyson, anything happened this week that caught your eye, whether it's a product release or a new company or anything along those lines that you can think of?
I don't really think any new companies that I've seen. I haven't been too present on Instagram because I've had a lot of studio issues this week. But I know with Labor Day, there was a ton of sales. So that was huge. I think some of them might even still be going on. And then, with Labor Day sales, I mean, that's kind of to blow out the summer stuff, right? And that means fall stuff. So Fable launched their first fall scent today, which was the Savior, and it's like a toasted marshmallow pumpkin pie craziness.
Looking dude on the label.
Yeah, he's a weird looking guy. I don't know.
I didn't say weird. I said familiar.
Now, keep in mind, I do not. It is not an affiliate. I get no commissions off of that. That's just a character I created, and he's running with it. So.
Oh, cool.
So we did the create a character, Maddie and I did, so we could create our custom characters and stuff. And then the scent first, we launched it, and Jimmy had this, I think, firsthand experience where it gave some people that crazy extra tingles, not just normal tingles, but like severe tingles. So we redid it and launched it again as like a fall scent. So yeah, kind of like white girl pumpkin pie spice type scent. And then as Rob said over there,
white girl pumpkin spice.
Yeah, something like that. Like a white girl coffee, pumpkin spice coffee. And then Revere
boy coffee too, because I'm one of those guys.
Oh yeah, I drink it. I like it.
Yeah.
Revered Beard Company launched, and I've heard really good things about them.
Yeah.
I haven't had an opportunity to try it yet, but I mean, those bottles look amazing, and the scent profiles look amazing. So I mean, it's got to be something, right? I mean, there's going to be something good. The presentation is part of the process here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing now. I'm doing turncoat for Revered, and the glass, they're white glass bottles, and the scent lasts all day. Like I still have it, even though I use a little bit of W&B. Before I put that in, I washed my beard, but before I washed my beard, it was still there. Like that Revered turncoat scent is so good, and just lasts throughout the entire day, all the way until the nighttime. So it's good stuff.
Ruddy, anything going on in your neck of the woods or caught your eye for news of the beard and beard news of the week?
Yeah, man. Again, the fall scents. I noticed that Pete from Damn Yankee has a whole beautiful looking line of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was actually scrolling through Instagram just now, and I think my buddy Adam from Barden is doing a really rad sale. So you get like a bundle and then a free oil. And dude, if you've not tried Barden, I don't think you've had a full beard experience like that. This cat knows how to mix, and not to mention his carriers and butter game. They're just nuts. They make me kind of want to throw my hands up in the air and leave. You know, he's making some really really great stuff. So.
He's got the best presentation in the game too. I mean, top 3 at least, because I think Octane's up there, and there's a couple other that are doing some, like Kingsman's is really good too. But I mean, that package that he sends out and the way he puts it together is crazy.
Yeah.
I know, Tyson, you were on that bandwagon early.
Yeah, I've been on. I was actually the first person to review Barden, and I've done 2 reviews for him now. I've ordered multiple things from him. He's gonna be fighting for that top number 1 spot of the year, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah, Adam doesn't like the screen, so I would take all of the PR stuff.
You could be the face of the Barden.
Yeah, I'd be like, isn't that Ruddy Man? No, it's some other guy.
Couple things I notice, of course, Bearded Fox, which when you talk about, the whole scope from labeling and product, etc., they dropped 2 new scents. Both absolutely lovely, great scents.
You've tried them?
Yeah, I did a unboxing first impression of both. One is apple pie and moonshine, and the other is plum brandy chocolate, toasted fig, and this hard Amazonian wood called Coco Bolo.
Oh.
See, I have both of them sitting in a box. That's next week, actually. So Bearded Fox will be next week. I have some OG scents. I have the last lineup that he launched in like June, and then these 2 new ones too. So it's going to be.
So this will be your first run through with Bearded Fox, Tyson?
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't tried their stuff yet.
Man, I love his sense of humor. It's a little on the envelope pushing side, but that's the kind of guy I am. And
I've seen the names.
He was United Beards of America, Iowa's co-host. So I got to, through DM, got to know him a little bit. He's got a wicked little sense of humor on him. I really dig that company. Johnny, what did you see this week?
Well, Tyson kind of covered it all. This week it was just I was going to touch on all the sales and what's it called, Revered's debut and all that. That's pretty much all the news I had. I didn't really find anything. Yeah, I didn't really. Other than that, that was like pretty much the only thing I was able to scrounge up for beard news.
I had to scrounge up, had to scrape the bottom of the barrel on that one.
I mean, there was some things. There was some things, but I don't want to. We don't want to showcase them on this platform here. So
yeah.
I also want to echo Ruddy's comment about Dan Yankee. My finger has been on that trigger for months, and I've just found a reason not to buy it. The sangria scent they had in the summer, I was like, man, that sounds good. But once I saw that packaging and a couple of those profiles, I was like, okay, I think I'm finally – fall is my season, guys. I love fall. I love the fall smells. So this is where my wallet will get beat up the most.
Yankee has some pretty good stuff. I haven't officially done a review on them, but I got those summer scents, and he knocked it out of the park. And then Pipe Bomb is awesome. I love Pipe Bomb.
Now, I will tell you, sangria is beautiful, man.
What was that, Ruddy?
The sangria is beautiful. It is the perfect blend of light and longevity. I don't know how he did it. And then that Pipe Bomb, dude, I can put that in a morning and smell it 2 mornings later. It is all you scent heads out there who need something that like everybody's going to smell from 5 miles away, get that Pipe Bomb because it'll blow them up.
That's definitely on my radar. I want to get that Pipe Bomb. I heard a lot of good things about that.
Yeah.
Johnny and I were talking about like doing once a month a company we haven't tried or a scent from a company that we haven't tried and doing kind of like a co-live review on it. Damn Yankee would be high on my list for that. That would give me a good reason to get at some of their stuff.
I don't have anything from Damn Yankee, so
yeah. Yeah.
I really want to try that eraser to go.
Yeah. The stuff that Matt, when we were doing the roundtable, Matt was alluding to that. He was saying there's going to be Dan Yankee's going to release a product that's going to revolutionize.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I tell you what, man. When like Tyson and I actually were talking about releasing a liquid form of butter when summer butter came up. So Tyson's like he's the other half of my brain on that one, and I thought that was a really big thing. And then he comes out and shows me this video Pete does behind the scenes. And he's like, check this out. And just rubs this piece of paper into suds. And I'm like, what is that? And he tells me. And I mean, it is just crazy, man. I'm like, okay, well, summer butter, bye. You know?
But it's doing really good, right? I mean, you're getting good feedback on summer butter.
Oh, yeah, I totally am. Totally am. But I think I haven't seen enough in the community about that eraser to go. And I want to see people like use it now that we're getting into fall season. I think some people are going to be out with, I don't know, hunting or hiking or camping or something like that. So it'd be pretty rad to see a lot more footage of it in the wild. You know what I'm saying?
And after Thanksgiving dinner, like that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah. This is just a mess. And you just take one of these and it's just like pristine again. It'd be awesome.
Maybe I'll make a video on that.
Yeah.
you should.
For sure.
But you've got to include at least 2 to 3 minutes of the eating. That's it's just dive in. Just
even if you just jump at it,
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. Gravy in the beard. I can just picture it now. Ice cream, not good. Gravy can't be any better.
No. God, it's gross as heck, man.
Oh, that's weird.
Maybe it's something before.
So in the chat we got.
I'll look at it.
Maybe it could be. I'll go check the Twitter and stuff.
All right, Johnny, you want to get our beard company ready?
Yeah, I have. That's the Camp Bowie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Tyson and Jimmy, what we like to do is with United Beards of America and now the and Road Less Traveled, I did a lot of research on beard companies. And so we like to devote a little bit of time every episode to a beard company that's either not known at all or not very well known in the community. Just give them some exposure because, for whatever reason, I found them interesting.
Yeah.
I usually don't own the product either, just to shine a light on a company. And this one I originally found on Etsy, and they either had a website that I didn't know about or they have since put a website together, but it's called Camp Bowie Beard Company.
Dude, look at that beard, man.
Look at that bash.
Whoa, that is crazy, man.
Now, you can kind of see right now the packaging is very no frills, right? It's just very straightforward, But he's got some really interesting scents, at least a couple that I remember, and some cool. Go ahead, Johnny.
No, I was just trying to get to where the scents are.
There we go.
So this is all their scents. They have 8. So they have 8. Also, it's $35 for a 3-pack. What is that?
35 but that's a 1 ounce balm, right? Or is that a butter?
I think that is 1 ounce bottle of beard oil, 2 ounce tin of beard and mustache balm, and a 5 ounce tin of mustache wax.
Oh wow!
5 ounces.
Is it 5 ounce or a half ounce, like a 0.5 ounce?
0.5 ounce. Sorry, not 5 ounce. Yeah. That's a lot of wax. It'd be 5 ounces.
Wow. Somebody's got to stash out to here, dude.
So,
What's up, Scott?
oh, is Beard Times in here?
No, Scott Miller from Tailored Beard Company.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Scott. He's not far from me, Scott. He's like an hour away from me.
Yeah, he's got awesome stuff, too.
I gotta get on with that one.
I've been DMing him. Scott, we got to get you on here down the road. I like this kind of layout. I love the visual setup to let you know kind of what's in the scent based on the picture.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan of that. A few companies do that, and I just think it's very effective. Johnny, what's that third from the right on the top with the black? I don't know. Is that a hat? I can't tell. One more to the right.
This one? Oh, it's called the Derby Beer Club. Looks like a bowler hat with a pocket watch and maybe some kind of brandy or something in the background.
Cigar, tobacco, brandy. Okay.
Yeah, with a cigar there. Yeah, so like basically the scent profile is described in objects in the background.
Right.
That's
Right.
pretty
Cool. That's a cool take on it.
That's a
I'm
good
writing down notes right now, guys.
yeah, that's a really
You
good
don't need
idea.
to write down notes, Jimmy.
I'm legitimately writing down notes. I don't mind stealing stuff as long as it's public domain kind of stuff.
Hey, it's borrowed. It's borrowed.
So $14.50 for an ounce of oil. That's a nice price, just right under the medium. I don't know if I would use the wax as much as a 3-piece combo, but it's still a good price for the 3 pieces if you're a big wax user. That wax kind of detracts from. I wouldn't use enough of it to want to buy. I would probably just want a balm butter or a balm oil combo.
These are balms. All right, so yeah,
So you see,
they keep it pretty simple. They keep it pretty simple. It's oil, balm, and wax. Same cents for each. It's good. I like it.
attractive website, easy to navigate, nice prices. I haven't tried them. They had a couple profiles I know that caught my eye. So for any of our adventuresome folk out there that want to try something new, Camp Bowie.
Yeah, I dig it.
What's that one on the way bottom left?
Way bottom. This one.
No, down.
This one.
Oh, maybe it is that one. That pink one. Yeah.
This is the Spice Market Camp. So it's a patchouli, clove, and other herbs. Or vetiver. Yeah.
Vetiver.
Vetiver. I can't read. It's all right.
Oh, vetiver is good.
Dragon
sounds like
not
really deep.
included.
What was it?
Dragon not included in person.
Oh yeah.
But I'm out. Never mind. I'm out.
Damn it. No grinded up dragons. Yeah. This looks like just their barbershop set. Yeah, it looks like a.
Jimmy, you've got a pretty huge line, you know.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of doing a barbershop, or is it just not one of those scents that intrigues you?
No, I totally am. I actually did a poll a little while ago. I have plans to make a Nat Clay pomade, and I want that to be the item that I debut that scent with whenever I make it.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got some really great ideas. I think barbershop. Well, everybody says this. I know everybody says this, but barbershop is so, I don't know, like quintessentially scented that you have to find your own way to make it something different. And I think several companies have just knocked that out of the park. So I'm going to try to look for something a little bit out of the way from what they're doing, even if I can. If not, then hey, it's a solid barbershop. And if you just like King Tingle's version of it, that's great. So we'll do it that way. We'll just throw cinnamon in everything. Am I crazy or what?
That is funny.
That's why I've been collecting barbershop scents. I'm trying to find like the one that really stands out. A lot of them are, it's kind of the same, but there are little differences in each company that has a barbershop scent. So far, I haven't found one that's like just really out there that is like, holy crap, that's like a really good one.
Yeah.
But they've all been pretty good.
Stand out, I guess. Like Hellfat said, Miles from Honest Ape.
Yeah.
Really good barbershop scent. And Fable's new one, his collab with Bearded Motivation, that one is good too.
That's good.
I got Kingdom's Barbershop, the Royal Barber. That's like maybe the first best one I have out of the. I only have maybe like 4, so I have to get more. Like I need more data, to make that kind of call.
What I was doing a live, I don't know if it was like the after party for the Lone Bear release. I think that's where it was when Lone Bear released their infused tobacco. They did a live of it, and then a bunch of us stayed on for like 5 hours chatting after the live was over. And Rob from Honest Ape and I got into a discussion about barbershops, and he brought up the point, which I found very interesting, is that barbershops seem to be very geographical. Like whatever someone's barbershop scent is, while there seems to be some sort of basis of uniformity, a Seattle barbershop might smell different than a Tallahassee barbershop, et cetera, et cetera. And then also ethnically, you might find some differences there as well. So while it is this family of scents, and I think a lot of the companies that I've tried at least do capture, it's not all like sandalwood always smells like sandalwood, right? Or a sandalwood bourbon or whatever those common combos are, vanilla tobacco. A lot of those smell similar. And while some barbershops do, I've got at least 6 or 7 that are just that much different or actually way different. And Miles, you're right, Tyson. Miles is one of those that stands out for me.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure out what the standard of a barbershop scent was, basically because in South Dakota, we ain't got no barbershops. We got Great Clips, and that's it. You know, so like I'm just like, I don't even know what a barbershop smells like when you walk into one. I'm gonna have to fly somewhere and walk in a barbershop to see if the scent is even close. But so it took me like 5, 6 different barbershop scents to kind of get a baseline of like, okay, this is what a barbershop scent is supposed to smell like, because there's no info, you know, there was no memory or knowledge on what a barbershop should smell like.
Right. And then there's that dynamic as well. And Emo, I saw your comment. Emo, you know that no white barbershop is going to have that scent of Afro Sheen in there, right? But you know the black barbershops are going to have that Afro Sheen. So that right there, that's why we got ethnic. And I'm not even bringing up Jerry Curl Juice because you probably want to.
So glow. So glow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. You know, I agree with what Adam from Barden said, because I tend to agree with everything Adam from Barden says. But what he mentioned was that barbershop is definitely more of a memory scent, depending on your nostalgic background. And so when I put that poll out there, like, what are some good barbershop scents? Everybody, of course, they're like talc powder. Most guys would say something like whiskey or bourbon. I'm like, I have never been to a barbershop. I have only lived in like dry counties, y'all. So like,
I want to go to a barbershop that has that. I've never been to a barbershop that has whiskey and bourbon and all that stuff.
No, that seems like a fun place.
Yeah.
You know, like when I walk in, every old man that's in there looks at you. And then you have to initiate the man nod. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, and then they all in unison do that.
Yeah.
But one of them, I think it was Mike from Boston. He actually said suckers, like lollipops, because as a kid he would get his hair cut, and then that was kind of your reward for being still in the seat while the barber did his job.
Yep.
So I think that's a fantastic take. That's right up my alley. You know, like I'm all about making foods into liquids and putting them on your face, you know. So
they do that here too at Great Clips, but the only thing you smell in there is, you know, there's 20 women cutting hair, so you just get 20 different perfumes all on. I mean, just mix a bunch of perfumes together, and that might be my memory of a barbershop.
Is it like good perfumes or is it like cheap perfumes? Like,
depends on what day you go. If the old lady's cutting hair, or if it's a younger lady, you know.
It's probably like that mall shop, Perfumania. You know,
but not like slutty stripper, like body spray kind of smell.
Well, it can't be that good. I mean, we live in South Dakota. Our Sephora is inside J.C. Penney's, so I mean, there's not even a great place to buy perfume here.
Oh,
oh boy. Guys, y'all are gonna notice
a Sephora, and I go into Sephora, and there's like literally 8 men's colognes. I was like, "This is Sephora? Like, come on, what do I? Jeez, Louise."
Yeah,
I'm going back to Walmart.
Walmart has their, you know, sometimes they have really good colognes at Walmart. You know, it's like a little expensive, but you know,
till that rollback hits, and then they're all gone, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got scared out of ever using a barbershop. I was raised by a single mom, so where she got her haircut consequently became where I got my haircut, and that would be a ladies' salon. When I moved out here, I went to we have a barbershop that sits right on the Allegheny River. and windows look right on the river. So it's just kind of a cool experience just to get your haircut, be checking out the river, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went there and I'm like, this is kind of fun. Then I went to a different one, and the barbershop talk of the day was the power or ability of a whole onion, ingesting a whole onion being wonderful for cleaning out your digestive tract. All right. And these two guys, the barber and this other dude, and then another dude who was sitting waiting, they were just having this like 10 or 15-minute discussion. I'm sitting here going, is this what I've been missing all my life? Because I'm not missing much, because it was a gross discussion. So I never consequently went back.
Listen, Joe, you got to look into the layers. You got to look beyond what they're saying to hear what they mean.
Yeah. A bunch of these people in the middle of nowhere, Western Pennsylvania.
Oh, boy.
All right, John, you want to get the reaction video ready?
Yeah. Hold up.
Johnny's on the wheels of steel, of course. And then we've got some special treats coming your way after we react to things. I'm going to check the comments real quick.
Yeah. Address the comments, and I'll get this video queued up.
Rob Hacker says, Tyson, Johnny's got the dopest backdrop right now, and Tyson's on. We are all on.
It's only because his is under construction. All right, let's not get the wrong idea here.
I take offense to that because I think it's really rad that you can see my smoke alarm over here and my ventilation system. So
yeah, that's a good looking furnace vent you got there, man.
hey, I like to keep it practical down here in the Tingle Cave. You know what I'm saying?
I was actually kind of shocked, Tyson, when I saw you come on. We were in the green room. I was like, where are all the lights and the the cosmetics counter sized back of all the stuff? You could open, Clint Rogers. Do you know who Clint Rogers is, Tyson?
Oh yeah.
I call him the curator because he had so much stuff. And then looking at your stuff, plus with all the lighting and the way you've got it all staged. So if he's the curator of the Beard Oil Museum, you are definitely where, when you don't want to go to a beard company, shop at Tyson's. He's got it.
Hey, I'll take. I got one of those square readers. I'll take cards even. Jeez. Yeah. I'm like Amazon. I'll 2-day ship it to you. I don't care.
You're too busy giving it away. I know that, brother.
Yeah.
Are all those beard oil bottles full of oil? Are they full of beard oil?
Not all of them, but most of them, yeah.
Okay.
I've really only gone through like 2 full bottles of beard oil in my life because with testing all the time, like you never use a whole bottle.
Tyson, I swear every owner has to, like, if it was an old school cartoon, if they see Tyson, like we're talking brick and mortar now, if they see Tyson walking down the street, they're going to get like dollar signs in their eyes because Tyson goes into a beard place like the Tasmanian devil and just doesn't leave anything left on the shelves. He's getting oils, he's getting balms, he's getting gear. I mean,
it's like walking down like those memes you see with the cart, somebody's grocery shop, and they're just like
supermarket sweep.
Supermarket sweep. I can't wait until some of these beard companies get like brick and mortar stores. Like I know Lex is going with one, and Colin's looking, and that would be like so fun just to walk in there.
We were in Gatlinburg a couple of weeks ago, and we went to Trunk of Man. And I think Bearded Story just did a really big review on them. And their shop is immaculate. I mean, it's beautiful, man. I wanted just everything. It was all just beard stuff. Wonderful.
What's the name of the business again, Jimmy?
Trunk of Man in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Never heard of it. Never
Yeah,
heard of it.
they're kind of, I don't want to say they're upcoming because they've got more rolling and they've got some really, really good marketing going on. But Bearded Story just did a really big review. I'm talking like a box full of stuff from them. And I've actually got one of theirs, their oil and butter combo. It's pear and redwood, and it is fantastic stuff. I love it. Love it.
I love when I hear companies like the Coca Bola with Bearded Fox or Redwood. I love when you hear a scent come up and I'm like, holy cow, how has no one else ever not used that yet? You know what I mean? Like redwood, I mean, that's the California state tree. It's a gorgeous tree, but I don't know that I've ever smelt it, but I just want to now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. I think he actually chopped one down to make this oil. That's what he said. Anyway, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm a really bad
It's like
liar.
a crime in California to do that.
It's just like panther blend. There's actually panther blood in the boil.
Well, that.
It's got bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
That was
Carolina Panther.
Oh, well, then we're not good.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to set this up a little bit. Have you ever, whenever you've eaten out into like fast food place, and you see like the fryers and like all that stuff in the cooking, you don't really expect to see what I'm about to show you. If it's too loud, let me know because this.
Wait, where's this at first? I need to know. Is this Sonic? If it's Sonic, I don't want to watch.
No, it's not Sonic.
Okay, good.
And I thought it was Popeyes, which would have made sense because of the whole chicken sandwich thing that went out. But it's actually a Whataburger. I don't know if you ever
I've heard of
had a Whataburger before.
Aren't they a southern like Texas, Georgia, or somewhere down there? You know me though.
So, all right, this is like kind of like the prep station or whatever.
Oh, it's chilling, bro.
And if you can see it, you see the mouse.
Dude, they should fry that thing up.
Oh man. It's good for to try to catch this. It's good really for to try to catch this rat. Shit overwork here, bro. Oh Lord. Oh,
Right in the fryer.
Yeah, it went right in the fryer.
Oh,
They're like traumatized, like he's in the fryer frying.
Yeah, and he's like the fry's like you see where he's like bubbling and it's like trying to kick it. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's messed up.
Oh my gosh, no, that is super sad.
That's horrible.
Oh man.
10-1, they didn't change that oil before they dropped something fryered in there again. That's
And
like
then the manager's like, if anybody that wants a refund, just bring your receipt over. And yeah. But yeah, that was it.
Wonder what the health department had to say about that.
Ugh.
Let me see if I can get these.
Get their score, their health department. They're probably not even open right now.
what a burger. What a mouse.
Yeah, they had to watch the rodent die. It was awful. They got there were like no kids there, Like Mickey's dying.
Jerry.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's if I could do the Mickey voice, I would have just done dialogue from the dying mouse in Mickey's voice. That's my sixth sense of humor.
I'm in a pickle.
So before you eat at a Whataburger, just remember that that happened.
Never have now, probably never will.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that, man. That really narrows my my experiences down.
The mouse did look very healthy though. He didn't look all raggedy, Like his fur was nice, and he looked like he had some weight on him.
He probably used some beard oil.
She did like a chinchilla.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
All right, so we're going to transition now. I'm going to do a little setup for this before I hand it over to Mr. Atkins. Way back when I was a little Barbado Joe, I remember that Jimmy was one of the first guys I saw. The first live I saw Jimmy do was on Instagram. It might have had 6 people in the thing, and he was putting labels on his bottles. And I remember being fascinated by this. And then I watched Colin from Fable play music, and you could just see his hands writing out all those notes with that great wax stamp of his. And it was like, it was like this coolest thing. I was like, oh, this is awesome. So then Jimmy, before King Tingle, before the Ruddy Ramble, he would go on and do lives and of just random stuff. And he did a live in the late winter, early spring. That was just mind blowing to me. And I asked Jimmy, because it's been a long time and maybe some people who are in the community haven't heard this story or do not know this side of Jimmy, to go ahead and recount a story that he told on that live and to get into some stuff with the other side of his creative life. Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. So I have never, ever been good at making anything except music before the beard oil thing. Honestly, I always thought I was just kind of a one-trick pony, because I'm not like a manly dude who knows how to do stuff. Like, I mean, if we're stuck on the side of the road, I can change a tire, but that is all. That is all.
Hey, that's man enough.
Yeah.
If you get those lug nuts loose,
you're right. You're right. But music has always been a big part of my life, and honestly, the coolest thing, I think the reason that I wanted to bring this up, and I did not even mean to do this today, Joe, but I'm wearing the shirt for the guy who helped me do this.
Oh, nice.
So this is Silviana. She goes by Sylvie for short. This was the guitar I learned how to play on, and it was actually my aunt's, my Aunt Debbie, and she got it when she was 12 years old, and I believe it was Christmas of '67. So this is a Sears Roebuck catalog guitar that you could get for about $100 back then, and she got it from her aunt and uncle while my pop, her dad, was in Vietnam. So first time she was able to play for him was when he came home for her birthday later the next year. Anyway, my dad was an itinerant music minister. He would run around and play music and do revivals and things like that. And his guitar got broken in transit one time. So my aunt gave him this guitar, and it had been beat up. It was from a catalog, so it's before like truss rods and all kinds of cool things that we have with assembly lines that make them easy to play right out of the box. And he played on this and then handed it to me when I was about 14, and that's when I started picking it up. It hurt my fingers so bad, this guitar, that I quit for about 6 months, and then I picked it back up because the muse, she calls and you have to answer. So anyway, this has been just for so many years, it's been a wall decoration in my house, just a reminder of where I come from as a musician. And then just recently I found this guy, Scott Baxendale, down in Georgia, who specializes in taking Silvertones and Ks and other Sears Roebuck catalog type guitars, and he takes the back off of them and rebraces them, and they end up playing better than they ever did when they were originally made. And the crazy thing about these guys is that they're all 100% American-made hardwood. So when you get it fixed up, it sounds like a rocket. It's just beautiful. So anyway, that's kind of the backstory on Silviana, and this is my favorite guitar ever. Like, I've got some other guitars that mean a lot to me, that they're my workhorses, but this one here is very special because it's only been in our family ever. So super cool. But I guess I'll play one for you if you'd like.
Yeah, you will.
Let me make sure. And if I get too loud, I'm a loud singer most of the time. But this one is actually a new song that we just recorded with my band Rooted. It's called Bayonet, and kind of the scenery is the Civil War with two brothers who are on opposing sides. And it also has a lot of deeper meanings too, I think, that we could put into play here in the beard community, So I hope you like it. And whoever just typed in Freebird, you're that guy. No, I will not play Freebird. I'm sorry. No. Andy, yeah, of course, right. So Here we go. Dissipating distances far beyond all pretenses. Our weapons out to settle this old score. Far too close for shooting range. Pulling pins on these grenades. It's hand to hand or nothing in this war. You lose a tooth, I lose an eye, while both our tongues are spewing lies. How far we've come from who we used to be. These bloody wounds will sap our strength, and now no matter what our rank, we see the truth. I'm you and you are me. We use our bayonets to cancel these old angry debts, and everybody loses. Everybody loses our silhouettes. They dance and dance around this death while everybody loses. Everybody loses. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I grow tired of things this way, with hatred that will not abate. We've made too many ghosts with all this harm. Well, I can't remember why this fight haunts me every single night, when all I want is peace for both our arms. We use our bayonets to cancel these old angry debts, and everybody loses. Everybody loses our silhouettes. They dance and dance around this death while everybody loses. Everybody loses. You and I go spinning round with hateful, ugly, vengeful frowns, while all the ones we love just turns away. Oh, but if we finally decide to let this pointless feuding die, we'll come to find that we'll see better days. Lay down your bayonet. I've had enough of this regret, and everyone's been losing. Everybody's losing our silhouettes. They dance and dance and dance and dance around and round. What's the point in losing again?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Glad I didn't touch my foot all over the place, man.
Awesome. Loved it.
That was, hey Jimmy, drop some of your for those in the chat that don't realize that you have this music, drop some of your Instagram or other information so people can look into your music if they want.
Sure, yeah. I have a solo music page called Jimmy Atkins Music. Super easy. Atkins like the diet. Jimmy Atkins Music, and then
Same guy essentially.
basically, yeah. And then the band that I do a lot of that Southern Gothic kind of old school woodsy Appalachian spooky stuff with is called Rooted, Rooted. You can find them on Instagram too at band Rooted. Yeah, super easy usernames to find out, and then there are a couple songs I've done that I did like 2 songs that were kind of on the spookier edge before I joined that group, and then it's all bluegrass instrumentation, but it's got that alt rock Southern Gothic kind of edge. So it's not really bluegrass. There's inflections there, but for the most part, we're trying to pioneer a little bit of a sound that's different. So that's
Are you on iTunes or anything like that to where the music can be downloaded?
Sure, yeah. I mean, Spotify is where all the cool kids are, right? So you can find some stuff that I've done out there. I've got a solo EP called The Pen and the Page. I was in a band for a long time called Secondhand City. So I do a lot of that rock kind of stuff in the band, the Secondhand City band, and then the Pen and the Page was more like a solo pop kind of thing with a guitar driven kind of beat to it. And then of course Rooted is where I landed with more the acoustic, this whole look, that kind of thing. So what we have now is what you're looking at there is our first 3-song EP. There's a cover of Angeline the Baker, which is an instrumental bluegrass tune. Meant to Live by Switchfoot, kind of a well-known pop rock kind of deal. And then Try is one of my songs that we turned into a Rooted tune. And it's really cool because on the Pen and the Page you have it, and it's more like a John Mayer-esque kind of sound. But this version of Try is more like Alison Krauss and Union Station. So, super, super fun. We've been so busy in the studio, as you can see, that we have no live shows posted up, but we've got a brand new record coming out in the next month or 2.
Are you going to update your picture on there anytime soon? Your beard looks awfully short.
That picture right there was taken last weekend. So, yeah.
Well, maybe it was the very first picture he showed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was mid beard. Right?
Yeah. Way to jump on there, Johnny, by the way. Thanks for putting those visuals up.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah.
So I share vocals with in that picture the girl to my left. You're right. That's Sarah Seymour. She plays fiddle and astounding vocal, and also a pretty darn good writer. That whole album is called Silhouettes. It's coming out soon. We're really jacked about it. It's very, very exciting.
So you've got an acoustic guitar, a violin, and a mandolin, man. Those are like 3 of my favorite string instruments right there.
Yeah. And then Morgan, the girl sitting down, she plays cajon or box drum. And then Drew over there on the dobro. That guy, I love all these kids. They make me sound fantastic. And I say kids because they're all a good deal younger than I am. But Drew over there on dobro, man, if you like Alison Krauss and Union Station, Jerry Douglas plays fantastic dobro. This guy is him reincarnated. He feels and thinks music. He doesn't sing at all, but he does sing with the strings. Just amazing. So all these cats are just fantastic.
Thank you, Jimmy, very much for doing that for us. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me showcase a little bit of the new stuff, man.
Oh man, if we could go all night, I would, because I love your music. From the first time I heard it on that little
Okay.
Instagram live so many months ago. And this brings us to Jimmy had this very interesting idea. And I've caught Jimmy's. I don't catch. Sometimes Jimmy will do a live at like 9 in the morning, and I'm in the middle of class, so I don't catch all the Jimmy lives that I wish I did. But while I was driving around North Carolina, Jimmy did a live this summer where he was just gushing about a pen. Okay, there's a.
I remember that. I remember
that live.
Yeah.
There's a lady, and he had this pen, and then the pen ran out or something, but he got this other, and he literally was just going on and on. It wasn't a beard live.
No,
There it is, right there. He was
really?
going on and on about the pen. So, to me, just from what I know of Jimmy, from his public persona and for hanging out with him at a Bojangles for half an hour, while this guy says he's not a creator or didn't think he was a creator, he definitely has this spark of he loves stuff that's handmade. His apron that he loves to wear. I remember when he was getting that, his friend was making that apron for him, and he was so jacked and excited for it. So Jimmy came up with an idea for a giveaway. And it's not going to be an oil or balm giveaway because you've got lots of places you could go for one of those.
Yeah.
This to me is a lot more cooler and speaks to that creator side of Jimmy. And to me, it's a much more tangible, sweet idea. And since you came up with it, I'm going to let you take it away from there for what you want to do.
Yeah, man. What I used to do when I was on on solo gigs, the pin on the page was the name of my record. My logo was like a scroll and a quill. And I was just enamored with writing songs. So one of the things I wanted to put at my CD table for any creators out there, any like artists, was just something they could take home as a keepsake from the concert that they could also practically use. And so I bought up all of these really cool little notebooks, and I stuck my logo there on the bottom. And then inside I would handwrite the lyrics to the EP. So tonight I have one-upped it. I've got like the musical logo, but then I've got this guy.
Oh, snap.
So and what I'm gonna do, like before I ship it, it's blank right now, but I'm gonna write the lyrics of Gannett in there, and just kind of and maybe like a little note that just says, "Hey, man, keep writing, keep scribbling, keep at it," But the idea is that you get like some handwritten lyrics, and you are to take this notebook and fill it up with ideas or something that gets out of this page into the world, So yeah, that's the giveaway idea tonight, man. Just a Ruddy Man / Jimmy Atkins music notebook with one song in it, and you fill up the rest of it.
Oh,
Hey, will you draw
love
one
it.
of those world famous smiley face beard looking things?
Man, I think my pen's on autopilot now, so it just does it. It just does it.
I'll tell you this: when Tyson and I heard this, what Jimmy wanted to do, we both wanted to beg off the show so that we could try and win the thing.
That's
It
awesome.
was going to be Johnny and Jimmy for a moment.
Well, I tell you what, for you three guys, I've got some others, and they'll make their way to you.
That is
Only do that.
Ooh.
All right, now we're not going to do the random number generator because for a special gift, we should, think about some special knowledge. So I've been thinking of a couple questions. I'm going to start you with the hard one and see if someone can guess it. And if we don't get anyone, that's fine. I'll give you one that I'm sure someone will get for this notebook. Okay. So are we all ready?
Ready.
I need a new note. Roger says he needs a new notebook for my Bible study and teaching notes, Jimmy.
Hey,
All
this
right.
is a perfect thing for that.
So this summer, I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Atkins. I could have gone one of two ways to Emerald Isle. One way took me through Atlanta, and one way, when I looked at the map, I was like, holy heck, I'm going right by Jimmy's place. And with less than 24 hours notice, he was like, sure, man, let's do it. What fast food restaurant did Jimmy and I meet and enjoy breakfast together?
You just said it like 10 minutes ago. Hope they all paid attention.
Yep, there you go.
I certainly was not paying attention because I have no idea.
Oh, Adam got it. Adam got it just ahead of Acker. Adam got it. Adam Barton got it just ahead of Acker.
Oh boy. Of course, he became that guy
Okay.
after I basically said that I was going to move to Canada and be his rep. I'll just bring it with me.
Bojangles is the answer. So Barton, Adam, you get the cool little artifact. There are all the Bojangles. A lot of them were listening. Good job, guys. It's an old teacher trick. And sure, hold on, I'm just checking. Awesome. So yeah, I guess you know where he lives. So you can send that out, Jimmy, to Adam.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Oh snap! Look at that.
What's that?
Adam wants to gift it to Roger for his Bible study.
Come on now. Man after my heart right there, dude. I love that kind of stuff. Woo!
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you very, very much. My boy Roger getting that special relic, that special artifact.
Yeah.
All right.
Artifact might be stretching it a little bit. It's
I
it's
think
not like it's from a pyramid or something.
no way, man. This is an artifact. It's not a relic, but it is definitely. I think there's something special about it. You created that song. Your scrawl is going to go into that book. It's not going to be word processed or something. You know, I really like that idea. I thought it was just a really cool, neat keepsake memento kind of thing.
Right on.
That can make the beard shelf somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
And I like the whole, idea of like filling it up and, making what you put down on there come out in the world. I like that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I used to be so obsessive about notebooks being neat and tidy, especially coming from school. Like taking notes was just I had to jot down everything. And then once I started really writing songs that I was proud of, I realized that they just needed to look like crap. The journals just need to look like crap. Just ink blots, and you need to lay the pen down. It's little things like when you get the idea, you jot it down and you lay the pen down, and it bleeds all over the page. But it's because you had to pick up the guitar and make sure you got it locked in. That little stuff is a reminder that the creativity you've got going on is not just super methodical. It's got to be like in the heat of the moment. So
Well, if you use a Bic, they don't leak.
Yeah, but if you use a Bic, then that's shut up.
I think there's an example of the pragmatist versus the romantic right there.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Take all of your logic away from my creative mind.
I love that too, Jimmy. I write a lot of poetry, and believe it or not, I've written many raps and recorded them.
Come on.
And I have lyric journals, and I love being able to go back and see the line through what the original rhyme was or what the original rhythm of the line was and what I replace it. I just think that's such, it's when you get these artifacts from famous authors and you can get a manuscript like that, it just gives you all that cool insight and that creative process. It's as close as you get to the creative process.
Yeah, I love that stuff, man. I love that. And it's especially good for you as a creator because you can go back. One of my favorite things to do, and call me arrogant or conceited or whatever, but I love going back and reading what I've written and being proud of what it ended up being, and then seeing that line that I ran through and blotted out because it absolutely sucked. Like it would have killed the entire mood of the song or even that moment in the song. That's one of my favorite things to do, and poetry is the same way. Like I sometimes where my mind is in the future feels dumber than where I was when I wrote. When you go back and you read and you're like, oh, okay, this is affirmation that I'm actually capable of smart thoughts. I'm capable of having good things go through my head and come back out. I don't know. Sometimes it's just encouraging when you're having the down to the dumps day to look back at where you came from. So
totally. I totally agree. Yeah, whenever as a teacher, whenever I don't have many down in the dumps days, but I keep, a big folder of all those correspondences from students or parents, and you dive into that thing, if you need a quick lift, because that'll do it. That'll definitely do it.
For sure.
Oh, whose meow do I hear? Is that you, Johnny Grooms?
Yeah. It's
I love how he's just like, yeah.
See this? My headrest,
All right, so it's 10:10. I think, is that a good time, gentlemen? Because, well, I know that, Tyson's on the West Coast, so it's a little, or West, so it's a little earlier for him. But Jimmy, Johnny, how much longer can you go? I don't want to keep you up too late.
I'm all right. I'm good.
I'm good, man.
All right, awesome. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
And then I lose it. Jimmy, while we're still in the creative stuff, before we transition back to beards, I did have one question, because I found this, for me, is the idea of letting go of the piece and letting it do what it's supposed to do. Like, you want to edit it, you want to tweak it. To me, it's never perfect. And I've looked at my work in print and gone, my God, how did I send that off to be published? It's almost like you're embarrassed of it, but that's because it's your baby. Do you feel those same kind of things?
Absolutely. Like right now, our band is in the midst of listening to our 1.0 mixes for this new album. And one of the things that I learned to let go of when it was actually the year when I turned 30, I just made a decision in my head, just like my journals had to get sloppy looking. I have to allow the imperfections in who I am to show through. Some of that really deep psyche stuff. Some of it's just setting your listener up for a good time when they see you live. Like the last thing I want to do is be so perfect sounding on a recording that I could not possibly replicate that in a live setting.
Right.
So that's one of the things, I hear, like, I don't hear Sarah's imperfections when she sings. She does, but I don't.
Right.
And if she hears my imperfections, she's not telling. But I definitely hear them. And I'm like, this isn't, somebody's going to pick that out who has an ear for music. And I'm like, you know what? Let them. Maybe I'll be the guy who inspires them to be okay, not being right on all the time. And some of these songs, if really mean that much. It really mean that much. The imperfection shows that it actually knocks you down to sing it. Like you need to be hit in the heart every time you say the word.
Yeah.
And if it's something deep, like two brothers fighting a war, whether that's metaphorical or literal, we need to allow our humanity to show through things like our voices being recorded, or the wording we use in that moment. That's the passion, man. That's the word that we needed for the passion,
Yep, I get it. Tyson, Johnny, do you guys have creative streaks that come out place? Well, Johnny, I know you like actually creating some product, but other areas, Tyson, do you have any creative stuff that you like to do that we don't know about?
Writing.
You write?
I don't necessarily do it a ton on purpose, honestly. But I do poetry, or I can do poetry when I apply myself. I did really good in high school with poetry, but I love to write. So anytime I can put my feelings and just my ideas on paper, I will do that. But most realistically, it's special occasions for Maddie, and then my writing comes out, and it's like I'm trying to just write her like a cute little note or something, but it ends up being like, "Hey, I just wrote you a book, and this is how I feel about you." And I'm one of those people. I guess it kind of just kind of depicts off of what Jimmy said. I don't think my writing's good, and I don't. I don't purposely try to write because I just don't believe in it in myself with my writing creativity. But every time I do it, people just love it. And it's kind of that way with speaking too. I cannot stand public speaking. I always hated it in high school, but every time I did it, and this YouTube thing has really kind of brought me out of my shell with it. But every time I did public speaking, I always got excellent feedback. So Yeah, writing, I guess, would kind of be my creative side. I just like doing stuff. I mean, that's why I'm always doing stuff with the studio, but I'm proud of myself because I resurfaced my desk. So I'm pretty happy with that. It only took me a week, but I did it. I like to dabble in a ton of different stuff, you know, like my truck is sitting in the garage right now needing work, or it's half apart. And I started it and never finished. So I got to get back to that. But I like designing stuff and just anything I can do with, you know, like Maddie's the type of person that's like, oh, you want a different desk, like just go buy it. And I'm the type of person that's like, if I can do it myself, like I'm stressed out doing it, but like when you're done with it and to think of like I did this myself with my hands, like this I did. And that aspect of the creative juices and the creative side of things just drives me to continue doing more. So and that's what I really love about editing, even in the video side of it, is that's where your creativity really can come out, is on the editing side of it.
Yeah, your intro, and you've done a few different intros since you started, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I had one that was like, I don't know, 20 minutes long, it felt like. Now
But even your very first one to your most recent one, I mean, you can see but they've all been good, is what I'm getting to, is your acumen with that kind of editing and the tech is really one of those things to me that stands out about your YouTube videos is how good you are at the tech. And then your set design. You know, I teach film in school, and your set design. And I remember early on you said something about talking to a buddy or something, giving you tips with lights or things like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I remember you going from like that first box to we got some lights, and then it's like you have rabbits in those beard oil bottles, man, because they're now everywhere.
Yeah, man. This studio grows every time I see it.
Yeah.
Something expands in there. And I don't know how you keep putting things in that little room, but it keeps expanding on the screen.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I think that's probably anybody that likes to create anything, I think always feels, Maddie, I'll tell you, I'm a perfectionist. I don't necessarily feel like I'm a perfectionist. I just feel like I'm never satisfied. There's always room for improvement. And so that's kind of how when I edit my videos, it usually takes me way longer to edit than it does to even come up with the video or film the video, because I'll edit it and then I'll go back and delete all the edits I did and start completely over because I'm like, nope, don't like that. Yeah. And then I'll go back and actually watch a video from a month ago just to be inspired by what I want to do with editing, to get new ideas to come up. And that's where, you know, everybody's like, well, you're always changing the studio. And it's like, because I feel like I'm good with it, and then I watch it back on a video and I'm like, oh, this would be really cool. And so then I want to change it around a little bit. Or, you know, you're always trying to find ways to make things go smoother, to be more efficient and not work as hard, because it is, I mean, you guys have all made videos. It's hard and it's time consuming. So you try to find ways to eliminate this cord drug across the floor because you tripped over it too many times. And then that messes up your whole set. Or, you know, lighting is, credit to Adam at Barton. He likes to watch my videos and give me critique on my lighting side of it. So, you know, we'll mess with lenses on cameras, and all that stuff changes everything. You change one lens,
right?
And now you have to change your whole lighting setup. I've gone from, like, right now the wall's right here. I'm touching it. It's right behind my back. But on my normal studio wall, it's 10 feet behind me. And a simple lens swap can change how far you need to be sitting from the wall and how it shows up. And it's just crazy. So it's always like, what can I do to make this crisper, cleaner, better looking? You know, do people like to see all the oils in the background, or do they like it how I have it right now, where it's blurry? You can't see the brands, but you see that there's oils back there and there's light back there. But, you know, 3 months ago, you could see the brands on the bottles, and that's just lens and lighting changes, you know. And so just trying to keep up with, you know, you watch like Peter McKinnon, huge Canadian YouTuber that's in the film. If you watch bigger YouTubers and you see what's in style, what they're doing, and you try to implement it into your stuff, and, you know, it's just, it's always ever changing, it seems like.
I thought you were blurring out the bottles to protect the identity of the makers.
No, that's just a aperture change, lens change, aperture, and ISO, man, and lighting. So but the nice thing about messing with it is I've gone from having 5 light stands up to where I have 1 light on top of me mounted to the ceiling. So I have no tripods in my studio now, which is super awesome because I got sick of tripping over them. And that's kind of what prompted me to want to change lenses and stuff, is so I could just have one 42-inch umbrella above me that kind of tilts down facing me. And now and it's mounted to the ceiling. So now I have no tripods, which is freaking amazing when you had 5 tripods sitting around, you know?
Yeah.
That's really interesting because I will never get to 1/10 of that kind of technical acumen, but I love hearing the process of other guys who do what I do. You know, I think it's really, really cool. And to think about how you've I remember being able to read the labels in your earlier videos. And I remember watching one, you know, within the last month or so where they were all blurred out. And so watching, and because I do have an eye for those things, like those kind of things grab my eye. You know, I look at those little details and I wonder what he's thinking here. Why did he do this? Why did he do that? So it's really,
and I love talking about it. Like I wish, like I love that you noticed that, and we could talk about it anytime because I love talking with people and like, well, why'd you change the videos this way and why'd you do this? Is like you're picking my brain on why I did something, and I love that. Just like I like picking anybody else's brain on why they do something. You know, it's just it's stimulating to the brain and the mind to try to see how somebody else thinks or what they like, and you know, and we can bring that to the bearded community, and that's what I like about, you know, like the Ruddy Rambo, where it's showing you like how he pours stuff, how he makes stuff, is like you get the idea behind it, and then when we do the Ruddy reveal, it's like you really get the creativity behind it and to understand like what's going through his mind with it and what he's trying to create. That's like, this is what I'm thinking. I just don't know if this is something that I should put on the market. And then everybody grabs hold of it and like, dude, yeah, we want this all the time. And then it becomes a scent, you know? Yeah. So we kind of get a process back into the maker side of it. Yeah.
I'm going to go to Jody, but I want to say one thing there. What's kind of been nice, because I think, again, because Tyson and I started at the same time, I think we also kind of got hooked up with Ruddy right around the same time, is being able to watch Jimmy kind of feel his way through the ocean. What do I want to do? I'm going to start by putting stickers on my product and just whatever, set up a camera and let that go. Hey, so-and-so, you know, talk to the audience. And then we get into the IGs, and then we get into, let's do the behind the scenes and let's do the Ruddy reveal. So not only watching Jimmy as a creator evolve, but watching as a beard product creator evolve, but also watching Jimmy's, you know, media, how he wants to present his stuff and those kinds of things. To me, it's also been very fascinating as well.
But not only that, you know, I think it's hard for a creator to let somebody or people, a community, dictate where they go. And that's something that Jimmy, I mean, the whole the whole Tingle thing, I mean, the whole community has really developed him as a brand, and he's just ran with it the whole way and gone with it. And that's amazing because a lot of
Thank you, Emo. Thank you, Emo and Story.
Yeah, a lot of artists are just, no, this is how I'm going to do it, and you're going to like it or you're not, but this is my vision.
Right.
You know, and Jimmy can mix that with, oh, this is what you guys want? Awesome. Here you go. You know, now let's run with this, you know?
Because I remember some of those early lives when King Tingle was just becoming a thing. Jimmy would just like shake his head. And, to me, it had the attitude of, this will go away in a couple weeks. And it did it. And Emo kept saying it. And then other people said it. And then Jimmy just took it. And to me, Jimmy, it was the T-shirt was the first thing where you're like, screw it, let's run with this. Let's have some fun with this, right? And then we got Queen Tingle, we got Prince and Princess Tingle, and Jimmy just hugged it up, and really it's really kind of it was like a community creation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's attributed to Ruddy, but it's a community. Starts with Story, goes to Emo and Bearded Motivation, and then other people, and it was just a lovely thing to kind of watch evolve.
Yeah, it totally informed so many of the steps that I took after that. Particularly the Ruddy reveal. I don't know. I just knew that I loved riddles. Yeah. And I saw that there were some things I had seen from other companies, even before I was involved in this community, where they're like mystery scent. Okay, well, I've seen people who are soap makers do that. I've seen like Jelly Belly really got going on that because they had like you'd have butter popcorn and then you'd have like phlegm and it would be awful, but you didn't know until you ate it, and it was a game.
Right.
Now the best one was boogers.
What's that?
The best one was boogers.
Boogers.
Yeah, Aubrey eats it all the time. But the real deal.
The whole King Tingle thing. I think the reason that it latched on was because I genuinely love laughing. I love laughing all the time. I will laugh, and I'm not like a nervous laughter or laugher. I find things that are even remotely in the neighborhood of being funny hilarious. I don't know. I'm just made that way. So it just kind of fell into place like, okay, well, they're giving me this goofy name. I like it. I like that people think that I'm a funny kind of guy when I'm really just a goofball. And what can I do as a business to not only incorporate, but kind of create this brand new, like, who else is out there going, hey, I'm just a big idiot. Let's make some stuff. Maybe you can guess what it is.
A lot of people are doing that. And they're making a lot of money doing that. You ever watch the video game streamers?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like my kid is glued to like this kid called Preston.
Yeah.
He's like this little punk that, he's like a multi-millionaire streamer that streams Minecraft and shit. And like him and his wife do it. And they live in this giant fucking mansion. All they do is play video games.
I know, man. I know. One of the guys who's in the Ruddy Reveal with us, Devin Henderson. He goes by Dev the Devastator. He's a Twitch streamer.
Oh yeah.
And he's killing it, man. He's doing such cool stuff. I love having different creators in this big creation with me. And I know I talk about the Ruddy Reveal a lot, but that's kind of right now, that's more or less the culmination of all of that stuff. And it's the slow grow, and that's totally fine. I like the grassroots movement aspect to it, but it's giving everybody, I think, permission to purchase something they're not sure about. And there are some people out there who will say, is this one going to be good? And I'm like, like the whole point is to not tell you.
Right.
And the point is not for you to necessarily love it. It's for your nose to figure it out.
Right.
So that goes back to
you're
what
not, and we talked about this before, Jimmy. You're not buying the scent. You're buying the experience.
Correct.
You're buying, and you added the mystery stuff after the first couple of weeks. You just layered it even deeper. So now there's really a big, rich. In fact, I haven't even taken part in the mystery stuff. I'm very excited. But there's now this whole big thing that you're giving, and really. The scent is just the door opener, to get into.
Correct.
That's
if you want to know about the shop, there's actually a dog-sized hamster on a wheel back here running the whole thing.
Right.
That's just how this stuff's working. It's barely hanging on.
I got to relate one quick anecdote, and then I want to get to Johnny's creativity. I remember my son watching, whatever YouTuber he was watching, and the unboxing videos. I'm like, what loser unboxes a new Xbox or a new guitar for Guitar Hero? And I would just deride them, cynical jerk that I am. Just deride them, look at my son and go, don't you have better things to do? And then I have to come up to him and go, dude, okay, I like the unboxing stuff now.
Maddie talks about that all the time because Aubrey will sit and watch Ryan's Toys review. This millionaire kid.
Don't even get me started about that kid.
And she'll just sit there and watch him unbox toys, and she'll get on Aubrey about it. And I'm like, I kind of stop. I kind of start joining her. Like, yeah, why are you watching a kid unbox toys? And then I have to pause myself and like, wait, I watch grown men unbox beard oil. Like, I make them.
Correct.
Right. It's fun.
So, I just wish we were all millionaires like this little kid is unboxing toys. But hey.
He's got a whole line with Walmart and everything that kid's got. It's insane. It's insane. His whole family does it too. Like his dad, his mom. I was just watching it.
His grandchildren will be taken care of.
Oh yeah. He's pretty much set.
I think he's the second highest paid YouTuber right now.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Like over $1 million a month.
And
Yeah.
you know who doesn't get the credit?
Him.
Mom.
Well, mom
Yeah.
does it all. Yeah, mom does it all.
Mom's the one who did.
He ain't 18.
Yeah.
Mom gets the money. If you
Yeah.
go back and watch their first videos, they live in this like the little crappy trailer, and now they're in like a mansion. You know,
Yeah.
so obviously mom gets
In
it.
California, because
Yeah.
that's where all the big YouTubers go, and they live in this like area. They're kind of like basically all the same like mansions. They're like cookie cutter mansions.
Yeah.
And they live in this one area where like all these YouTubers live in this giant thing. And I think it's because YouTube has a studio in California, and you can use all their equipment and stuff like that to make more videos. Something like I was reading about it.
Once you get big enough, they have a creator like academy that you can go to and use their stuff.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then they sponsor for like the singers, dancers, musicians. They sponsor tours.
Yeah.
Like they get together, so they'll throw a bunch of these teen kids who are singing or playing or doing comedy or what have you, and they'll go on tour in venues, which I just find fascinating. All right.
I know what we need to do now.
Yeah.
We need to have an academy.
Beard Care Academy.
Yeah.
You need to get Prince and Princess Tingle unboxing some toys on video. That's
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get Johnny G's creativity, and then we'll go around the horn for what we might have coming up in the next week or two, and then we'll call it a night, guys. Johnny, I know you do soaps, and you've dabbled with product. What else gets your creative juices going?
Now it's really like getting into the editing and stuff like that, and making these videos and everything like that. Because before, all the YouTube stuff that I just recently started out in February. That's when I started making like beard stuff. But before that, I had a gaming channel, and I had movie reviews and things like that on another channel. And so I got into that, and I got into really enjoying editing, video editing. And then there's that, and of course the soap making. And soap making, I'm more better at soap making than I am video editing. And making shaving cream. I make all different kinds of shaving creams. I don't sell any of it, and I know I promised like samples out to some of you guys that I still haven't sent out because like I'm nervous.
Gotta let it go.
I did make a really kick-ass soap that I gave someone a bar today, and it's a chocolate chip mint chocolate chip soap that it smells just like if you open up a thing of Breyers, it smells exactly like mint chocolate chip. And he smelled it and he really liked it, and I was like, okay, maybe I can send these samples out. So I probably, Joe, you're gonna get your bar soon. I got them in a box behind me over there. Yeah, and that, and I was thinking about doing candle making also.
Yeah.
I have like a shit ton of like fragrance oils that are not safe for the skin. I didn't know they weren't safe for the skin until I started doing research, and I'm like, fuck, I have all these oils now. So like, I don't know if I could drown them in carrier oils and they'll be okay, but I don't want to take the chance. It doesn't say manufactured for skin. It's like, I was like, oh, this oil's cheap, but it's not. Yeah, it's not right. So yeah, that's pretty much it. My day job consumes like my entire life, so it's hard for me to have that. The only creative outlet I have is this stuff, this you guys, and this whole beard thing. So
yeah, Jimmy and Tyson, because I don't know how well you know Johnny. He does a lot of beard product, but he'll also do other interesting kind of eclectic reviews from like food or energy or health things or hygiene or men's care things. So he's got a slightly bent sensibility that I really dig, which is why he and I are doing a live stream together with some of his content that he has produced. It's worthwhile to check out some of his stuff, particularly the non-bearded stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a few of those coming soon. Working on the editing, trying to make them more comical.
Yeah,
I did rebruise my face just to give you an idea, and so it's insane. It's like it's all over the place. But yeah, you'll see it eventually.
Blackhead remover. Johnny tries a blackhead remover. That is a great video.
Yeah.
Well,
if you're sadistic, it's a great video because he puts himself through some pain.
The
All right, so let's go. Go ahead, Johnny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the dermasuction tool that you can get at Walmart for $20, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make this work. But my second video that I have like on the editing table is like me really, really trying to get this fucking thing to work. And yeah, so I try hard. I try hard to get this damn thing to work. But I'm not gonna blow the ending for you. So
That's what I like. There's no quitting Johnny Grooms, man. Once he dives in, he's a whole hog. All right, so let's starting with Jimmy. Jimmy, anything you could tell us about Ruddy Man grooming in the next week or two that might be, happening coming up? I know you talked about shows earlier.
Sure. My seasonal fall scent Ichabod's Mane is on its way out, so
Great.
that'll be, I believe that'll be next week or a little bit after that, not much after. And then I've got one that I know of that's going to be hitting kind of soon called Corner Pocket. I did that one in conjunction with another bearded friend of ours, and I'll disclose that at a later time.
Nice.
Oh, come on, you can't keep secrets. You like to get out of the bag. Come on.
Ooh, but I
So
can't.
someone many of us would know Jimmy?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it.
Thanks, Tyson. Thank you, Tyson.
Several months ago, Jody Webster gave me a bottle of something that he had been working on,
I
and
remember this.
he didn't have time, energy, the desire to push it himself. And he was like, "Hey, man, I think you could do this." So it took me all summer long to find the right setup, but I think we got it. It's going to be something nice. And I'm working on a really important collaboration too in the background, if it'll ever get to the guy. I think the USPS just doesn't like me right now. So,
Tyson, what do you got going? I know you mentioned that you're reviewing Husky right now, correct?
Yeah, I'm doing Husky this week. I'm in the process of changing my live streams from Friday night to Sunday night. So this week will actually be on Sunday night. And that's basically because Maddie's working full time. She's in school full time, and we just don't have time during the week to do that. I have to travel 2 days a week for my day job. So it's just turning out to where to have somebody to watch Aubrey, I'm just going to have to travel Friday and Saturday. So we're going to change that to Sunday night. So that's cool. Next week, we're doing Bearded Fox. I'd say, some of the cool things coming up, I wouldn't necessarily say in the next week or two, but I want to kick off, I've mentioned this before, but we want to do something called the Beardies, and it'll be kind of like the CMAs or, the Grammys or anything like that, to where
it's going to be awesome.
On the Beardies, we're going to get, I'll put like a Survey Monkey kind of thing out together, put it out on the Instagrams, and let everybody vote. We'll just have different categories with some options. Let everybody vote. And then when we get down to like finalists, I'll just message them and be like, hey, you're a finalist for the Beardy. We're going to have a live stream. I'll get a bearded trophy made up with the company that wins. And we'll do a live stream and be like, all right, so the best peach scent of the year goes to the Beardy goes to Ruddy Man, or whatever, and then I'll send them the actual trophy so they can use it for marketing on their website or Instagram or whatever, and be like, as voted on by you, the community.
Fantastic, man.
That's phenomenal, Tyson.
Yeah, so I want to put that together and do like the first annual Beardies this year. So that'll be coming up sometime this year. I don't know if I really want to do top fives. It's so hard, to do top fives because there's so many good stuff. And I just feel like, when you get to the top five, can you really separate the top five? I was thinking about this the other day, and I think it was on my live stream the other night. We were talking about oud scents. And it's like, I got 3 oud scents that I could go and put either of them at number 1 and be happy with it. So I don't want to slight somebody by saying like, they're number 3 or 4 when realistically they could be number 1. So that's coming up. And then I do have a collaboration. I've always said when I do a collaboration, I want it to be with somebody that I believe in the person, I believe in the company, and I absolutely love the products. And I don't want just faithfully everything out there or collaborations with every company, just because you can only come up with so many scents that really represent kind of you or a meaning behind you. So, there's probably only going to be 3 to 4 companies that I would probably realistically at this point could think of that I'd really want to work with. But I know Jimmy and I have kind of tossed around some ideas to do something, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. I can keep a secret.
You can keep a secret.
I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag on.
Hey, don't worry. You can tell me right now. Go ahead.
Oh, Jimmy and I actually tried to do one, and it just didn't work. We both said the same thing about it when we put it in beard, and so we kind of went back to the drawing board. And then summer happened, and summer butter happened, and it was just kind of like maybe summer butter was our collaboration.
I mean, based on what Jimmy said, it sounds like that could be it.
Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on in my world right now.
Awesome, man. Real quick before I get to me and Johnny, Nick Bird asks Jimmy, looking forward to that fall scent you mentioned, or the corner pocket maybe he was talking about. Will it be in the summer/liquid butter form?
Okay, so I'm in a weird spot right now. The reason that summer butter became a thing at all is because for those of us who make whipped butters that have no wax or hold to them, summer is our mortal enemy. So to combat the fact that every tub I ever sent out in the hot months melted, and to combat trying to like add $3 to $4 extra of shipping materials into it just to make sure that it arrives on, in the same state, we came up with a liquid form of the butter, which I mean is just taking the same stuff I have in the solid form and taking those triglycerides out, so that is it is summer butter. I know a lot of people have told me I'd use this stuff year round. The thing is, during the fall and winter, I personally like a solid butter, especially a whipped butter. There's just, I don't know, man. There's just something about when it's cold outside, digging into a soft butter jar and using that stuff. So I'm probably going to be putting a lot more effort into that. I think personally that Corner Pocket and Ichabod's Main both do better as a solid. I haven't tried them as liquids. I'd be up for it. But I don't foresee summer butter being as prevalent, partially because the name is it's antithetical to fall.
To play off of that, is summer butter going to disappear for the winter?
I don't know. I might need to put a poll out and see what the people say, because that's kind of helped me guide the ship so far.
Yeah.
So
mine's real easy, although the beard is coming back in. I'm not ready to do reviews yet, but I have about 3 or 4 unboxings coming, including 2 or 3 from the same company that's way under the radar for as good as their product is. As good as their scent profiles and stuff are. I actually have had a package sitting since late March that I haven't opened because I didn't know where I was going to go, and I'm going to do that unboxing probably in the next week or 2, and then I'm going to do 2 more because
Can you say who it is?
Yeah, I can say the beard company. The beard company is Bedlam Beards. Go check out. They're using agave. They're using cactus. Pear, melon. They're just all sorts of interesting stuff. And if the scents are half as good as the profile reads, and obviously it functions well in the beard and everything, this is a company I want more people to know about. So
it's like a Bath and Body Works and a beard oil.
Yeah. They truly are, and they've been around a while. I think they're going on the year 3 or maybe even year 4. They just don't have a huge Instagram presence. So that's always kind of been my philosophy, is to shine lights on those kind of companies. So I'm hoping the product is good, and to maybe turn some of you guys on to that. Johnny G, you get the last word, brother.
Oh, I have the Revered review coming up soon. Starting the OG scent series.
Great idea.
And I am planning on. Well, I'm working on designing another live show just on the Johnny Grooms channel. Just want to put it all together, have some kind of theme going on for that. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, for the next few months, it's mainly going to be about these OG scents. Like I have Barn Brands. He's sending me one of the first oils that he, created. I think it's his house oil. So I'm like trying to contact the companies to see, send me your oldest, just charge me whatever, even if you do. Well, the one thing I want to make sure is that it's still available to purchase, because I don't want to do a review on a product that is not available. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't be able to go out and buy it.
Right.
So the oldest, scent you have that is still for sale, like that. That's what I'm,
That's cool. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Me too. All right, people in the audience, I think we got some people that are still hanging on with us. Thank you so much for hanging out with these two stellar dudes. I know I wanted to say something also real quick. Tyson, you had mentioned that kind of, for lack of a better term, mega stream a few months back or a month or so back, and you and I were DMing about that. I hope that you find the time, or we can find the way to make that follow through, because that's another very good idea that I think would serve the community well and just be fun to do.
I think it'd be awesome to do. I guess at this point we can only get 6 on, but I mean, with the way StreamYard works, we could drop people and bring other people in at all times. So we could have 5 same people, bring one in, or we could just keep rotating. It's just going to have to be on one person's channel or something. But, so and now that we're getting used to how StreamYard's working, I think we can make it happen pretty easily. We just got to try to gather everybody up.
Right. I was telling when Tyson came up with it and he and I were talking, I envisioned the old Jerry Lewis Labor Day telethon, where you had Jerry and then you just had this series of guests that would come in and out, but Jerry kind of manned the whole thing. So having maybe 1 or 2 guys just kind of run the ship most of the time and people dropping in and out, I think it'd be really, really cool. A lot of moving parts, but really, really cool.
Let me just, I want to test something to see how this looks like. Maybe we can get, you said we can, the StreamYard lets you have 6?
You can get 6.
6 at a time. If I have us up and then I have the other stream on another, you know what I'm saying? Like I can have the 6 here, but I don't know how that's probably going to be chaotic. I wonder how that would be. Like I think the audio would be psychotic. Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, Tyson, thank you so much for joining us this week. Had a great time tonight. Time flew. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So if I do this, does it look like I'm looking at you, Joe? If I do this?
It does not.
No,
yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It seemed like I'm looking at. I'm like pointing at Tyson right there, and then now I'm taking your hat off.
Great way to end it, Jimmy. I missed the joke.
Next time I come on here, I'm going to say like I'm with stupid or something.
Oh yeah. I like
we
that.
will be back same time next Wednesday. Check all these dudes out. All of us here produce some kind of content, as well as one of us producing some pretty killer beer product. Take care. See you guys next week. Night.
See you guys.
All right. And broadcast.